Hi, my name's Penny, and as usual, I'm here to talk about some bookish things. Specifically, today, I'm going to talk about 20 books that I want to read in 2020. So I alluded to this list in my 2020 reading goals video, but basically there are a bunch of books that I've been meaning to read for a really long time, and also a few new releases that I really wanted to read last year and I didn't get to them and I feel bad about it. So let me tell you what all these books are. So the first three books in this list are actually all part of the same series, and that is the Gentleman Bastards series by Scott Lynch. The first book being The Lies of Locke Lamora. So from what I understand, Locke Lamora is the leader of this band of thieves, and there is a coup and some exciting shit goes down. So many people talk about the series and say they love it, so I really want to give it a go, and I think I'm going to like it enough to commit to at least reading the first three books. There are also some rumors that the fourth book in the series is going to be coming out this year, so if I do like it, then that will be very convenient. The next book that I really want to read is one that was just released last year, and that is This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Matar and Max Gladstone. So the main reason that I want to read this book is that it involves time travel. I believe that there are basically two timelines, one that has gone a very technology heavy way and another one that has gone very environmentally friendly biological type way. And now these two timelines are sending agents back in time to ensure that their timeline is the one that happens, and two agents who are trying to change the timeline are leaving messages for each other, initially to taunt each other, but eventually it seems like they're going to build up some kind of relationship. Again, I've seen some people that I really trust the opinions of raving about this book, so I'm really hoping that it's going to be one that I love as well. So the next two books on my list are a combination of a really old book that I've been meaning to read for a long time, as well as a book that was released at the end of last year and has been mega hyped. Both of them are written by the same author, so that is The Night Circus and The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Now my understanding is that Erin Morgenstern's writing is very metaphorical and lyrical, and so what I hear about the plots of these is very hazy. The first one, there seems to be two magicians that are battling it out against each other, but within the context of this night circus. And then The Starless Sea is about a boy who finds a book which includes a story about himself and him then trying to find out how that has happened. Again, these are books that just so many people love that I want to have read them. Even if I end up not liking them, at least I'll understand what other people are talking about when they talk about them. The next book I really want to read is a couple of years old, and that is Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. So quite a few people were reading this just last year. In this story, we have several teenage girls from different social groups coming together to take down a demon that has been killing girls in this town for a long time. Again, several people that I really trust the opinions of have had a lot of really good things to say about this book, and I always like things with demons, and it just sounds like some girls kicking ass in a non-stereotypical way, which I am completely there for. Then the next three books that I want to read this year are the three books from the Archivist Scythe. I can never say Scythe. Scythe? Oh, English. Whoa. But you know what I mean. The Scythe series has been very hyped. I know that not everyone has liked the third book, The Toll, as much as the first two books in the series, but there's so much hype for the first two that I'm going to want to read it, and I'm going to want to finish the series, and some people like the last book, so maybe I'll be one of those people. Or maybe not. Either way, I just want to know what people are talking about. So if you haven't heard about the if you haven't heard about the series, we have this utopian world where people can no longer die from disease or accidents. So instead there's this group of people who choose who should be eliminated in order to keep the population under control. I did read a short story years ago that was kind of a similar concept. I don't really remember what it was, but I'm definitely interested to see this concept explored more fully in a more well-developed world. Then, the next 6 books on my list are all books by Leigh Bardugo. And I haven't read anything by Leigh Bardugo, so this is kind of a bit of a risk, although so many people have told me that I will definitely love Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. They also try to tell me that I don't need to read the Grisha trilogy before I read those two, but I'm a completionist, so if I'm gonna read Six of Crows and the Crooked Kingdom, then I have to read the 3 books from the Grisha trilogy before that. So all I know about this series is that I believe the world is Russian inspired, and in the first trilogy there is a girl named Alina who is learning about these new powers she's found, and she also runs into this guy called the Darkling who is some kind of problematic fave. And then in Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom we have some kind of heist. Everyone talks about how diverse the cast of characters are. I'm hoping that I'm really going to love it, because I'm reading 5 books. There is also another book in this series, King of Scars, but I'm not committing to that until I've read the first 5, because like, if I don't like these, I don't want to do that. But the other one by Leigh Bardugo that I do want to try, and I already have here, is Ninth House. I just got this from the library. It's a bit long, so I'm a little bit scared, although the text, at least, is a reasonable size, so it shouldn't be too bad. This is Leigh Bardugo's first adult book, and we follow this girl named Alex who has gotten a scholarship to Yale so that she can use her abilities, her paranormal, supernatural type abilities, in order to keep all the secret societies at Yale under control. Now, I love Gilmore Girls, so I'm excited about the setting being Yale. Obviously, this is not Gilmore Girls style. However, I also love Supernatural, so it kind of seems like somehow everything Jared Padalecki has been in has like merged together into the story. Probably not when I actually get to it, but we'll see. I do know that this deals with a lot of dark topics, and I often find those kind of topics really intriguing and interesting to learn more about. Even if I don't like the whole Grisha series, hopefully I'll like this one. Then the last 4 books on this list are again all from the same series, and that is the Diviners series by Libba Bray. My sister actually owns the first 3 books from this series, so I will probably be borrowing them from her, and I have in fact started already. So I'm making progress on this list already. Well done me. So this series is set in the 1920s, and we follow a bunch of different youths as they discover that they have different paranormal abilities. And at the same time, there is a ghost starting to murder people, or at least this far in, that's what I think is happening. Again, this is a series that a lot of people really love. I'm not confident that it's going to be for me. I did try the audiobook before. I'm now 150 pages in, and I have to say, guys, it's pretty slow. But I'm going to give the series a good try because I've heard it gets better as it goes on. So even if I don't like this one, I still want to continue. And you may have noticed that I said 4 books. So far in the series, there are only 3 books released, but the 4th book is going to be released this year. And why not just jump on that hype train, whether I want to be there or not. So those are the 20 books that I want to read in 2020. At the end of the year, I'll be checking in to see whether I actually read these, so fingers crossed that I manage it. As I said, I have got a couple underway already, so that's a good start, and I am excited to read all the books on this list, so there's really no reason not to read them unless I'm just being mean to myself. So let me know if you've read any of these books. Do you think I'm actually going to end up liking them? I sure hope so. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having a really wonderful day, and I will see you next time.